Hey guys, Professor Haramis here. I am going to solve this problem for your test 1 review. This is number 8. I have been asked to do this problem, so I'm going to work through it. So first thing we're going to want to do here is we're going to distribute this 3x. So we're going to do 3x times x and get 3x squared, and then 3x times -1, which is going to give us a -3x. I'm going to bring down the rest of this equation, my 6x squared minus 4x. Now, I have a quadratic here, so what I'm going to do, it says to solve by factoring, so I'm going to take everything and put it on one side. So I'm going to take this 3x squared, and I'm going to subtract that from both sides. I'm also going to take this -3x right here, and I'm going to add that over here. So on this side, I'm going to have a 0, and then over here, I'm going to have a 3x squared, and that's going to give me a -x. Okay, now I want to solve by factoring. So when I'm factoring here, I only have 2 terms, but each of these terms has an x value, so I'm going to take out a GCF, my greatest common factor here. So my greatest common factor is an x, which means I'm basically just dividing both of these terms by x. So that's what I divided out. And that gives me a 3x, and this gives me a -1. Okay, and then I still have my equals 0. Now that I have my equation factored, I'm going to take each factor and I'm going to set it equal to 0. So my first factor is just this x. So I'm going to do x, set it equal to 0. I get x equals 0, so that's actually one of the solutions to my problem. Then I'm going to come over here and I have 3x minus 1 is my other factor, and I'm going to set that equal to 0. I'm going to add 1 to both sides. That's going to give me a 3x equals 1, and then I'm going to divide by 3. So I'm going to get x equals 0 and an x equals 1/3. So on that one, I believe that answer is A. Now keep in mind, you do always want to check your work. So if I come back up here to my original equation, I have 3 times 0, and then 0 minus 1 equals 6 times 0 squared minus 4 times 0. Well, that's times 0, that's times 0, that's times 0. Those all check out. I'm going to get 0 equals 0. My 1/3, it's a little bit more of a problem, but we can work it out. So we have 3 times 1/3, and I'm sorry for the noise, we are still putting up hurricane shutters. Let's see here, 3 times 1/3, and then that's going to be multiplied by 1/3 minus 1, and then we have equals 6 times 1/3 squared minus 4 times 1/3. All right, so let's see here. First thing I'm going to do, let's multiply those. That just gives me 1. Then I have 1/3 minus 1 over 1. 6 times 1/3 squared. I'm going to take this and I'm going to square the 1/3. So this becomes 6 over 1 times 1 squared is 1. 3 squared is 9. And then we have minus 4 times 1/3 is 4/3. Okay, now I'm going to get rid of my denominators. So I'm going to multiply everything by 9. All right, so 3 goes into 9 3 times. So 3 minus 9 equals, those are going to cross out, 6 minus 12. 3 minus 9 is -6, and 6 minus 12 is -6. So that checks out as well. So we have our 2 solutions, 0 and 1/3. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.